forgot about Vato.
Name's Bruno Calabashi, huh? Leonardo Cordadetti. Fucking Italians. Scumbags.
Scumbag gypsies.
Goddamn
Gypsy
scumbag.
Jibbos. Talk about the Jibbos.
Can you get me those?
Goddamn
Gypsy
scumbag.
scumbag.
Jibbos.
All right. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about old-ass ships.
Old-ass ships.
Humans and maybe even pre-humans were hitting the open seas a long time ago. Tonight, I will stammer through our maritime history like a syphilitic invalid. With me tonight is Topsail Teddy. He's the best top in town.
Goddamn right, baby.
Watch out. Lock up your bottoms.
Also
Gross.
with me is more Mystic. When he's not doing the Red Eye Report, Mystic goes down to the pier and lets ships dock to him. It's like dog walking, except with 9,000-ton barges.
Yeah. I'm like a magnet. I'm a ship magnet.
Next to Mystic, we have above-board Ashtray. He's never done anything illegal in his life.
Never.
Clean as a Cub Scout's whistly butthole, Ashtray is a paragon of law and order.
That's right. Let me see here. Now, where are my guns?
Finally, there's me, Oilskin Oracle. I haven't showered in 5 weeks and can now ambulate around my apartment like a harbor seal.
Slides around to the bathroom.
Lamberlady, baby.
This is the Red Eye Report. Well, before we
right.
get going here, let's go ahead and
Not forget
begin
about
with
Dane
our
County Humane Society.
pause for the
Pause
cause
for the cause
the
here, yep.
Dane County Humane Society. Ashtray, which animal are we sponsoring this week?
Tonight we have Scoodles.
Scoodles.
Yeah, Scoodles.
Who's the poodles?
He was named aptly after because he's got one leg that's crippled and the other one was taken off by a lawnmower.
Okay, a lot
he
of
kinda
lawnmower
Scoodles.
accidents in Dane County.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Well, look at how much weed they all smoke.
True.
I'm gonna get high and go mow my lawn. Oh, my dog.
Right? Oh, Scoodles McGee. Sorry, dude.
Scoodles McGee. So we're doing ye old ass ships.
Yas Queen.
Yas Queen ships tonight.
Yes, Queen ships.
And so I was looking at some old ships, and one thing that caught my eye on this site was like, oh yeah, fucking first ships were around 800,000 years ago. And I was like, what the fuck? 800,000 years ago. So I looked into it a little bit more, and there were like, here's a Wired article that had some shit on it. And apparently they found some...
Hope you clean that shit off first.
Right.
Bring it in here.
They found some stone hand axes on Crete that were used by Homo erectus. And they believe that they had used rafts or other seagoing vessels to cross from northern Africa to Europe via the islands in between. And this could have been up to 800,000 years ago. So humans have been
Around for what, 200,000?
something like that.
They say.
Yeah.
The Homo sapien as we know
So
it.
they say.
Right. And they say that Homo erectus navigated rafts across short stretches of sea into Indonesia around 800,000 years ago. And Neanderthals crossed the Strait of Gibraltar perhaps 60,000 years ago.
Wait, isn't the Earth only like 5,000 years old?
Yeah, so this is completely
Yeah, right.
impossible
So, yeah.
fiction. Right.
Fucking fake news.
Kids riding dinosaurs and shit.
So this is kind of, these are new revelations about these really fucking old ship, and they don't have any evidence besides the tools, because the tools are the only things that have stood the test of time.
So the ships
And
weren't that good, is what you're saying.
well, they're made out of fucking reeds and stuff, whereas the tools, the axe heads and stuff were made out of like granite or whatever stone they had around. The stuff that we do have records of, though, date back to 10,000 BC, so 12,000 years ago. And really the kind of major ships that the first ones were Egyptian boats on the Nile. And there's historical evidence of boats in Egypt around the 4th millennium BCE. And these ships actually on the Nile, they were as long as 300 feet.
Fuck, how do you steer something like that?
Well, they had fucking oars and they had sails.
300 feet, that's like a football field, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking long, man. So they had a huge
I think,
single
wouldn't we categorize
square
that as a barge?
sail.
And this is in Egypt, right?
Yeah, this is
So my
ancient
question was, like, I-
motherfucking Egypt.
Where did they get that? Do you know what kind of wood was used? Because you can't build a ship that big with fucking reeds.
I don't know what kind of wood was used with this. But
They
yeah.
had wood. You always see those illustrations where they're putting the wood logs to roll those big stones over.
Yeah, right.
Look, the aliens built the pyramids. Just get that out the way. Jesus,
Aliens
I mean,
brought
ancient
those
astronaut
trees.
theorists already know, and they probably taught the motherfuckers. They probably taught them how to build those goddamn boats. you know?
Right.
That's what ancient astronaut theorists believe.
So
And aliens like, we won't teach you how to fly, but we'll you make us
Right.
aliens, bro.
So these
Yeah,
the
damn right, man.
Egyptians, they started exploring outside into the Mediterranean. And they would go out to Crete and go around and all that shit. And these early ships, and especially ships in the Mediterranean, were all rowing ships back then. Or a lot of them were rowing ships because you couldn't get good winds.
Just couldn't get a good Mercury motor.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't get good wind for sailing because the weather was so kind of consistent.
Awesome.
In the Mediterranean. Great for the beach. Not so great for sailing, turns out.
Yeah. Poor
So
rich people.
as they progress with this shipping, sailing became more predominant in Europe. Actually, the invention of planks. So here we go. Here, this answers your question, Teddy. So the first sailing boats were back in 4000 BCE, so very early, and these are the Nile boats. About 3000 BCE, the Metal Age allowed them to create planks that were used in boat building. So they were able to construct large ships for war and trading. And around,
Now, when you say plank, you don't
So-
mean the plank they put down to get off the boat.
no, I mean the plank to actually make like the board on the side of the ship.
Ah,
So you do realize that like that plank is the same wood that the boat's made out of, right, Ashtray?
did not know that. I always thought the plank was just the term for what you had to jump off of when pirates pushed you over the edge.
No, it's
But as we
it's
discussed in
a
our
plank
pirate
of wood.
show, they didn't make people walk the plank, bro. It's all movie shit.
yeah,
remember?
that's a movie.
They keel hauled motherfuckers. Dog.
Keel haul,
Hey,
yeah, that shit's
movies
nasty.
are my
That's
reality.
some pretty nasty shit.
I forgot. Yes. Well, video games are mine, so I can't hold you. I can't hold you to that one.
So around 2500 BCE, the Egyptians started using larger ships to travel across the ocean. Galley ships, these were propelled by rowing and
What do they look like?
sails.
You should have pictures of these.
I'll get you some fucking pictures. Jesus Christ. So a galley ship, 1550 BCE, that's when they began, and they went all the way up until the 19th century.
So what made them a galley ship?
So a galley ship
Probably
would,
some common thing that dumb Ashtray doesn't know.
yes, of
Kitchen.
course. Everybody knows that it had rowing and sail power at the same time. The
I thought
long,
galley meant it had a kitchen.
yeah, and a really fucking kick-ass kitchen.
Like stainless steel appliances.
Right,
and shit.
right.
Yeah.
So then we had the longboats, which were the Vikings. And these were kind of legendary in how strong they were, how fast they were, and everything. And they would be able to go into narrower and shallower waters. So these were constructed for long distance travel around 1000 AD.
Weren't they like the first boats that could go across the ocean and down the narrow? Like,
Based
so,
on
so people were like,
yeah,
people were like, what the fuck? You know,
based
like,
on what I've read, yes, absolutely, because all of these other ships were quite large.
Right.
And really, you would have trading ships, which would be like very huge, fucking make them as wide as you possibly can, so you can put as much stuff on there, or warships, which would be fast and would have all these different weapons on them. So the junks, these were Chinese ships actually. And these came into use around 1100 AD, and they were quite good during their time. The most massive junk ship was 150 meters long and had 9 different masts. And these junks.
what's 150 meters?
Scusi.
150 meters is
So a meter
400
is,
feet?
yeah, like 3 feet.
3 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like what, 450 fucking feet?
Something like that, yeah.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
You
Alright.
had the steam-powered ships. Those first started in 1819. Clipper ships, if you've ever heard that term. So a clipper ship was fast with tall masts and longboat type hulls. So these were created in the 1800s. And ocean liners, these were in the mid 1800s they started. Then you had your paddle steamboats, diesel powered ships, and then kind of into the modern ships that we have. So let's look at some goddamn pictures here, since Ashtray wants to be a big fucking crybaby about it.
Yeah, somebody's got to cry around here.
Right. So we've got our Egyptians back in the day rowing their fuck off boat around.
Look at that.
Yep. And
That's obviously the NES version.
right. But when you weren't using sails, the amount of people that could row, that determined how much power you had. So when you look at this is a galley of the largest size with 5 men on each oar. And this is the early 17th century. And that looks, pretty insane. Looks like a fucking rock concert, like a mosh pit in there.
That's a lot of fucking. You imagine if you have really bad rhythm. And, oh shit, sorry, dude. Like you just get your fucking ass beat.
One of the things about ships that, so when they first had the ships, it would just be one mast with one sail, and you were limited by how much wind you could catch with that one sail, how much you could manipulate that sail and twist it around, and that really, you couldn't have anything on the deck because you had to worry about this one sail. So that's why you had all these multiple sails that were developed in the future. And we'll look at some, pretty gnarly pictures of sails.
Some of those cool ones where they had look like fucking 50
Is
sails.
this
Right.
why you were playing Black Flag the other night?
Yeah, well, this gave me the idea. So yeah, look
I was
at
like, that's a good ass game to be playing.
right.
Damn, yeah, look at that one.
Look at this fucking thing.
What is that? Like 20 sails?
Yeah, it's got 26 sails on it. So yeah, these got pretty complex with the sails.
shit.
And
a lot of sails.
because of this, you could actually
Great
sail.
commission.
You weren't dependent on just having the wind behind you, right? You could counteract
Fucking
the forces.
Catch it anyway.
Right, you could still catch the wind. All right.
There's a lot
let's
of
see
fucking sales.
Yeah, a lot of fucking
Is there
sails.
did you come across anything about Alexander the Great's ships?
I did not actually. Not specifically.
I think it was
his
him
ships.
that like he was like the first. They had never really seen naval warfare like this, but he would just use them as weapons.
And
You'd use the
ram into
ship,
them or what?
He'd have gigantic logs on the front with points, like he'd cut them down, and just ram the shit out of the fucking enemy ship and sink them. Like that was like they were just yoking motherfuckers out there. Like it was like a
Yeah,
Right.
super
without
fear.
having to
Right.
bother with battle, just it's a
Right.
fucking destruction derby.
So one of the interesting things about all this shipping stuff is the Americans or the colonies. They basically were like the largest or one of the largest consumers of British goods back before independence. And after independence, the Brits, of course, were like, well, go fuck yourself. We're not, supplying you with shit. So
Yeah, right. Now we can't keep our thumb on you.
right.
Fuck you.
So at that time, the
Find
Americans,
your own Earl Grey.
right, the Americans had to build their own ships, and they had acquired a lot of knowledge, and they couldn't. So of course, the British had these well-established shipping lanes to India, to China for this trade. And the Americans couldn't take advantage of that. So what they
ruled
needed
the
to
sea
do
for a while.
is they needed to build better ships. And that's what they did. They built better ships, faster ships, considerably faster ships, so that they could go get the tea, they could bring it back, and they could bring it back faster. So actually the Americans were the mid-Atlantic and Atlantic colonies or states actually got quite good at this, and they were able to compete against the British. So they
also picked up people.
right, they also picked up people. Absolutely. So they had to find other goods to deal in.
Right.
Right. So
Hey babe, you want to ride?
They were able to make, let's see here. I've got a time that they were able to make it across the Atlantic. Okay, so in 25 years after 1815, American ships changed in weight from 500 to 1,200 tons. And in configuration from hull with length 4 times the beam to 1. With a ratio to 5.5 to 1. I don't know what the fuck that means. The Mayflower
one's better than the other. I'm
right.
pretty sure.
So they were bigger and they were faster, basically. Much bigger, much faster. So
Bigger,
the
faster, stronger. That's America.
The Mayflower had taken 66 days to cross the Atlantic in 1620. The Black Ball Line's 9-year average as of
Black Ball Line.
Hell
That's...
yeah.
Name my ship the Black Ball Line.
9-year average of 1825 was 23 days.
Compared to 60 days?
Compared to 66 days.
66, wow.
Yeah. 20 years later, Atlantic ships had doubled in size and were not credited as a success unless they had made at least a single eastbound dash of 14 days or less. So they got a lot faster and a lot bigger at making that voyage during that time. Now, one of the things that was also interesting were steamboats, and they started out with steamboats, and they kind of had limited usability in a lot of places, because I didn't realize this, because the paddles would generate so much fucking commotion in the water that it would actually erode the riverbanks. And this was a big concern that they would have. Yeah, that they would have for this. So you had to be in, a really wide river in order to be using this.
Is that why they turned them all into casinos?
Probably.
I'm reading this the naval ram, like that. It was before sail power, because when they had sail power, the gunpowder was evident or more widely used, and they could longer range for their weapons. But before that, basically, the first the Carthaginian naval ram from the Battle of Agats, whatever the fuck that was, in the Punic War, 241 BC was like the first recorded.
Totally, they were first on the block.
Fucking
drop that mixtape.
But can you imagine that? You got dudes just rowing. You know, is it like fucking Austin Powers, where he's like, no, and it's coming at him really slow? Like, how fast could a rowed boat
when you got
that big
ships,
possibly go?
I mean, those ships were like, what do they say? How big were Alexander's ships? How many rows did they?
Oh, this was the Carthaginians.
Carthaginians, okay.
This ship they're showing looks pretty fucking big.
I mean, you see how fast
your ship gangs straight.
Those skull guys go when you got like 5 guys in line. What if you got like 20 guys on each side?
Sure, yeah, but I get that. But the ship is huge. Like, I get that it's going to cause damage when it hits it because of the sheer force and the momentum. But like, how fast? Like you don't have time. You could probably get the fuck out of the way. You know what I'm saying? If you saw a ship coming at you.
But these are people that don't think as fast as we do nowadays. They don't have the brain power.
The thing is, it's probably also like a goddamn dog fight, but in the water, where those ships, they come at you, and then they quick turn, and they're so fast that it's like, oh fuck, they're coming right for us.
Of course, if there's like a fleet of them too, there's nowhere you can go either.
Right.
But also the shock in all of them doing that. It's got to add some kind of, like, holy fuck, did they just rattle motherfuckers?
Yeah, well, it's like the second 300 movie had a whole scene with those boats that just ran the fuck out of everyone. If you guys saw that movie.
No, I don't think I am.
The second 300? It's all right.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's a huge naval battle like that where they're just
actually, I think, isn't that the Carthaginians?
Might be. I wasn't
they fought against? Notes. Anyway, sorry, Oracle, go ahead.
It's all right. So some kind of interesting ship fucking bullshit.
Interesting ship bullshit.
Right.
Here at the Red
World War I, approximately 2,100 ships were sunk. 153 U-boats were destroyed. I was surprised by how many U-boats were destroyed.
How many?
153.
Compared to
2,100 ships, but this is World War I, 1914 to 1918.
That's true. Yeah, it is. It always amazes me how many.
I don't think
submarines were used then.
Yeah.
I didn't even know submarines were using. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the damn Germans.
And how many of those U-boats were probably fucking just malfunctioning fucking equipment underwater? It's like,
well, don't forget, there's that early submarine. I think we talked about it in an episode.
Oh yeah,
in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was literally like they're in like a freaking cigar with a crank propeller. And a bomb on the tip.
Oh man, they must have really fucked up to get that job.
They somehow got out of there alive. That's crazy.
Didn't it start with an H, like the Hunley or some shit?
Might be. The Hussey.
They had it in that show about Washington's spies. Turn, I think it was called. They used it to infiltrate some ship. It was supposed to be like, to deliver a bomb, but like they used it to get to the ship if they're underwater and then get onto it.
Of course they did. Fucking
clever.
Solid Snake George Washington.
You could convince me to get in a
cigar the eye patch
thing.
Right, the eye patch.
I got his GPS. He's on the boat.
All right.
Should we text him and tell him to be careful? Maybe.
World War II, 3,700 ships were sunk and 783 U-boats were destroyed.
And that's
so
on all sides.
Getting better.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I don't think the U.S. had U-boats, did they?
They had submarines.
Well, yeah.
I thought U-boats were specifically German, though. Isn't that what they?
Well,
no, I think U-boats were what they called submarines. Period. Back then.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Underwater vessel, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify. That those numbers are across the board.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's look it up.
I really thought it was just Germany.
Yeah. Right.
Like the whole time, I'm like, damn. That's
in World War I, they did dominate with U-boats. Like they bombed. Well, Lusitania, shot that bitch down.
Well, Google says U-boats were naval submarines operated by Germany, particularly in the First and Second World Wars.
Oh, so it was just Germany.
Weird.
Well, you're saying ship. Okay, but about when it says ships, those numbers, is that just German ships too?
I doubt
you can't be comparing ships and U-boats if
maybe Germany didn't
all
really
German.
Have. Maybe that's what they had were U-boats.
Germany had ships.
I don't know, dude.
Okay, well the U.S.
the U.S. had U-boats. The term came from the Germans.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But other people didn't have. They called them U-boats because undersea. It was an abbreviation of Untersee boot or whatever, undersea boat for German. So that's why.
Oh, right. Well, fuck all you then.
Whatever. Point being, that's across all sides.
Yes, it is across all sides. You are correct. You are correct.
Quit fucking laying it all on the Germans.
It is always their fault, though, isn't it?
We're really good at some things.
Yeah, making porn.
No comment.
They're efficient at it. I wouldn't say it's good.
Right.
Okay.
Weird Snow White porn.
Yeah.
Fucking warty assholes.
Okay.
Those are the worst. I don't know where you're taking this episode.
All you need to know about Germans is just watch one Rammstein video. That's all you need to know.
Oh, right.
Well, that's about it. All I have about fucking
all
ships.
You had for old ships.
What
about
ships?
Old ships?
What kind of old ass ships? What kind of ships did Napoleon have? He was notorious with his fucking.
It would have been cutters, wouldn't they? Because it was the 1800s.
Yeah, probably cutters. Let's see here.
Google Napoleon Navy. Let's find. There's probably an awesome badass painting.
Right.
Probably.
This guy's like, you know what? If I was there, which I wasn't, but they told me it was awesome, this is how it would look.
Right. Artist interpretation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of ship he had.
Because he, I can't figure that.
Speaking of ships and pirates, though, have you guys seen the show on HBO Max? Our sails mean death.
Our flag means death.
I've seen like ads for that. Is that any good?
It's actually based off a true pirate too.
Well, yeah, Blackbeard. It's
Well, no, the gentleman guy.
Oh, the other dude. Yeah. But it's weird. Have you ever seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's the same people. Taika Waititi created this. It's the same, basically the same exact show, comedy wise, just on a 17th or 18th century fucking pirate ship. Yeah. And it involves Blackbeard. Once Blackbeard gets into the episode about episode 3 or 4, that's when it starts getting fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Dude, the party he went to.
Oh my God!
Everybody liked him.
And murder all of you.
And then
it's like time to get him. Passive aggressive. Oh, that was
Here-
fucking crazy.
I
Devious.
put a
Oh,
picture of what must be
here's
historically accurate of
Napoleon ship?
Napoleon ships.
All right,
Yes.
let's look at them.
It was under Napoleon. Total War.
Yeah, it was on the internet, so it's got to be. What source do you get it from?
Gotta be real. Gotta be real.
Yeah, it's got to be real.
From Bing, of course.
Source.
I'm surprised it doesn't have like fucking horse porn on it if you got it from Bing. Napoleonic cock wars.
There are some. Well, okay, so yeah, it was definitely those ships that I'll post another.
Yeah, all
The
the,
ships
fuck
that we-
off sails.
Yeah,
Cutters, weren't they? The fucking big.
is that what they're called? Cutters.
Yeah.
Cut you. Fucking like a angsty high school girl. I'm a kid.
See, now I want to play Black Flag.
Dude, what's up with that video I put in our feed too? I seriously, I say, what fucking word? I seriously saw that. Remember?
Give
Like,
the
it was like
context for the audience, because I don't know. what you're talking about.
Hold
Scale
on,
of
hold
1
on.
to 10. How high?
Going back to shut up. Going back to.
Let's
Scale
bring
of
up
1 to 10,
something
how
we're
high?
It was like a
completely
real
unprepared to
time.
talk about.
It was like a real time fucking
Yeah,
like
you
fucking journey into my mind. I put
real
there
time
has to
screwed
be-
this up.
I saw Saving Private Ryan on Netflix,
Oh.
and I was so high that I thought it said Craving Private Ryan. And I'm like, there's got to be a porn called Craving Private Ryan. So I put that. So then I
Oh
searched
yeah.
in
Jesus Christ.
IMDb. There's Craving Ryan's Privates, which is a short movie from 2011. It's not a porn, but then I went and found it, and it did not disappoint.
Did you buy it?
No, it's on YouTube. You just watch it.
Oh, you just watching YouTube?
It's so
So bad.
fucking bad.
So bad.
Craving
Dude, it's
Ryan's
like, I mean, it's a student
privates.
film, probably.
Yeah, they usually are.
Here, let's put this gem up for
For everybody.
Yeah, right.
Everybody to see. I just like went down. It's like it was like a real time rabbit hole experience I was sharing with you guys.
real high
Yeah.
budget.
yeah.
I think I read in the comments that the dude just wanted to make something with his grandparents while he was taking care of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mickey House Productions presents.
Oh.
Looks like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese font. Steve James Nicky.
It is like 12 years old too. 11.
Yeah, they didn't have anything better than
From
fucking
Carl
Chuck E.
Nicky.
Cheese
I'm sure that
font.
shit was straight off iMovie or iFucking movie maker, whatever.
Oh yeah, this is like 2008.
All right. Well, while this is playing,
Great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah. This.
What the
We'll
fuck
let
are we
this
watching
absurdity play because we know we won't get sued for it. What is that?
Right.
A bear up in the tree or a dead deer?
I have no idea, dude.
we'll let's skip to the middle here. Let's get
Yeah.
the
Right.
point.
Get to the good parts.
Oh my god. They
What
really
the
do
fuck?
go for his nuts.
Oh Jesus. Yep. That's
What-
right. Where was?
Oh, that's great.
How long is this short film? Is that his grandpa? That's funny.
Like
15
16
That's a good
minutes.
sport of a grandpa to be like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll get
right?
your crazy film. Let this this beaver come
Oh,
after
yeah,
my
man.
nutsack.
He gets to talk about it whenever he goes to Applebee's. Fuck
Yeah, you know, right, or the VFW.
My grandson is like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, right. You see that? He put my name right on the movie screen.
I don't know how they do stuff like that.
He's laughing his ass off right now.
Yeah, you can see his gut.
All right, so next up we have What's Sexy, where we tell you where we want to fuck your mom, which is in the mouth and the butt. And first
Just
up,
all the holes.
right. First up, we have Teddy with father-son trips.
Yeah, great intro when I'm talking about my family. Way to go.
But they-
So me and my son, we took another father-son trip. We went to Ruby Falls here. It's about an hour and a half away from us. It's an underground cave that was discovered by some crazy white guy who crawled through this little bitty tunnel. And then he gets a few feet, and a few thousand feet, and he finds this waterfall that falls down.
He fell down. Is that?
But no,
What
it's
you
just
just said at the end?
natural. I'm sorry, not natural waterfall. You can do a little tour. It's you start off in an elevator for you go down, I believe, like 500-600 feet, and then you
Damn.
walk pretty much 3/4 of a mile down more. So I think total you're like 1,600 feet on the ground.
Holy fuck!
Nice.
But it's I did it you do it as a kid here because you go on field trip and shit to it, and I didn't remember it being it was not as cool as I remember it. It was, but I was remarkably cool for being that far underground. My son was like, "What happens if we get trapped?" I was like, "Well, Daddy brought a knife so we can eat these white people." And my son's like, "Why do you always bring a knife with you?" Like, because kind of have to. But yeah, it was fun. It was nice. If you guys ever come back, it's like I said, it's like hour away, hour and a half away.
Falling.
Now, did you put a filter on your phone? What's up all of these crazy ass fucking lights?
No, they have it set up like that. So as you
okay.
There's certain
so your pictures look badass when you
that look like things. They have one that's called steak and potatoes because it looks like the way the water dripped on it is like two potatoes next to a steak. They have one called bacon because it looks like bacon. It's
that's what they choose to set it up as.
But they
didn't want to call it cock and balls. We'll call it steak and potatoes, not cock and balls.
But he fucking loved it. We tried out a new restaurant. He always wants to stop at Longhorn for some reason. Yes, that's his restaurant of choice when we stopped, but we did Chili's this time. So
Longhorn, is that like a
Longhorn
Texas
Steakhouse, baby?
Longhorn Steakhouse, baby. Yep.
Oh yeah, I think we used to have one.
I used to go to those when I lived in Texas. I had those.
Yeah, I like
those around here.
The hour-long car rides. Talk to my son. Bugging about having a girlfriend.
How old
and
also
is
a little bonding.
He's 8. His 2 front teeth. He's missing 4 teeth right now. So.
All
right. Getting older.
Yeah, because in about 4 years, Teddy, he's probably not going to want to fucking have anything to do with you. So.
Yep.
That's fine. Daddy will be in his VR coffin.
What
are you doing? Playing games, leave me alone.
Watching Japanese tentacle porn.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Oh,
actually, your son might be a little different though. Who knows?
Got the full sensory.
I know my daughters don't want to have anything to do with me, but they hang all over my wife. So maybe it's different with.
Yeah.
Boys. I just want a son, really.
Right.
Well,
you got 2 fucking cats who piss, who
fucking hate me.
They hate you, but at least they give you some attention.
Yeah.
We had the wrong kind of attention, scratches and bites.
Yeah. So wait,
one of them will let me pet him, but the other one, like I can pet him for about 10 seconds, and then he realizes I think that it's me. Until like get pissed off and like fucking look at me like fucking motherfucker, I'm gonna bite you.
It's the guy with the RoboCop boot that kicks me all the time.
Right. I mean, yes, I am fucking 400 times his size. Or whatever, so I mean, I get it.
You're imposing.
Like, yeah.
How many is it? You only have 2 daughters now living with you? Or are you down to 1?
Yeah, we got 2.
Oh, okay.
15-year-old and an 11-year-old.
My 15-year-old will be leaving soon too.
Yeah.
Shit.
She ain't ever leaving the house.
Like, nah.
All my shit free? Nah, I'm cool.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Did we derail this thing?
Yeah.
It
was your
fucking
Ashtray keeps asking questions about your family.
Cunts. All right. Next up, we have me with Matt Pike mini-series on Gimme Metal. So Matt Pike from High on Fire and Sleep fame, which is like stoner metal gods. He has a new...
My preferred kind of god.
Right. He has a new solo album that came out, Pike versus the Automaton. And basically it's 4 episodes on Gimme Metal, which are 2 hours of crack of him playing tracks from his new thing, him playing tracks from High on Fire, and just music that he enjoys and talking about it. And then he'll have people on the show and just bullshit. It's like a fucking 8-hour bullshit session hanging out with this dude. And it's fucking awesome. It is really cool. It's one of the coolest things that I've heard in a long time.
Who is this guy?
So Matt Pike.
He's like the Randy of fucking thrash metal.
Yeah.
He like never wears a shirt.
Right. Yeah. He's just kind of this legendary guy, and Gimme Metal is giving him this platform that, you know, can't really exist anywhere else. And and also, like, I bought a $20 lyric book that he signed that they had available. You can get vinyls and stuff.
Ashtray, he's like Bela Lugosi from Fugazi. You know what I'm saying, Ashtray?
Sure.
Like, do you know what
I never really
Fugazi
got into. I
is?
know Fugazi
Okay,
is, I
so
never really
it's
got
like
into
Iggy
Fugazi.
Pop. Like, people know in that world who he is, and he's really good at what he does, and he's famous in that world. But like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He's a
mainstream.
dirtbag, like scumbag guy.
Right,
Like
right.
a
It's just
really
this-
cool scumbag.
Right. A successful,
It's like
long
Phil
running
Anselmo
scumbag.
that can
Right.
play guitar like a motherfucker.
Right. So yeah, really cool. Check it out.
Yeah, you'd want to party with him.
Definitely.
Just say that. It'd be some
Yes.
debaucherous fucking.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I'd party with him if you put some goddamn shirt on.
You know how.
No, he does not
Why
wear
you
shirts.
always got your shirt off, bro? We going to Chili's. Come on.
All right, next up we've got Ashtray.
Yeah, I thought. Surprised you didn't talk about this with your old ass
Hey man,
ship topic.
get off my fucking topic, dick.
I'm totally riding on the
Wait.
tailcoats of your
Wait,
topic.
just like what Teddy said. Do you think Matt Pike's ever been to a Chili's?
Oh, fucking every Friday, man.
Are you serious? No, I don't think he even knows they exist.
Dude, he's not like a hipster. He'll go wherever they will
No,
feed
but
him.
he probably just eats fucking wherever.
Probably eats dumpster. He's probably been to the
Yeah.
dumpster of a
Eats at the-
Chili's.
Yeah.
Every once in a
wasn't
while, I'll
acting
stop at a
like-
Chili's because of its convenience, and I'm always disappointed.
Dude, they have fabulous fucking potato soup, and that's like the only good thing there.
Moving on.
Yeah, Shackleton, dude.
So
What's
yes, you remember fucking Shackleton? I think we did a podcast about that.
No.
Roll the
No.
film footage.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, this fucking underwater expedition, which was like looking for, I don't know, oil or something, probably. Like, what else do you look under the ocean for anymore these days? But they all of a sudden
Atlantis?
stumble across Shackleton's ship that went down in like 1917? Or 1915. It was the entire crew had to trek like 800 miles, but they got snowed in and locked in, and then the ice slowly kind of crushed it and it sank, and they had to kill some of their dogs. They had to kill the poor fucking ship cat because they just didn't have the food for it, and they had to march their asses all the way to New Zealand. And they did all survive, but that ship has been preserved in there for 100 years, and they just found it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Here, let me
Did you
Here's
play it where the actual underwater footage?
Yeah, I
Did you
fucking
roll
played that.
that beautiful bean footage, bro?
Here. This is Matt Pike. That should tell you everything that you need to know
Ashtray on a sassy night.
about Matt.
There we go.
Matt
We
Pike.
finally oh yeah, you can see it in his eyes.
I am not partying with that guy because we're going to end up in jail.
Oh, I could hang with
and
him.
after his buzz goes
Yeah.
away, he's not going to remember me or why he's in jail, and he's going to be the only one bailed out.
He's
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Next up, we have Mystic with Vato for the win.
All right, so Joey Vato is a baseball player for the Reds, but he's an avid chess player also.
porn star.
And I read this article where he was like in the ballpark, just fucking hanging, and he was just fucking sitting in the locker room, and they know that he's a big
Like
chess
you
fan.
do.
And I guess Gary Kasparov was in town, who is he's like the Tiger Woods of chess, probably the greatest chess player to ever play. And so he's like, "Oh, I want to meet Joey Vato."
Yes.
The Mystic fucking
And-
his headphones
his headset
died.
died.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, God damn it.
Fucking This is how it happens every
Didn't
time.
Gary
Every fucking
Kasparov
time.
go
Dave
ape
Ashby.
shit? Like, didn't he go
Every
crazy?
fucking
Go crazy? No, that was Bobby Fischer.
Oh, that was Bobby Fischer.
All right, catch us back
Gary
up. So.
Kasparov has just hates Putin, basically. So anyway, so Joey Vato's playing chess on his phone, and he goes out to meet Gary Kasparov because he's like, oh my god, I'm going to meet this dude. And then Gary Kasparov is like, oh, you're playing a game, let me play. So he takes Vato's phone, immediately sacrifices his queen, and then goes on to win the game, right? But like this is just a preface to the story, because the whole time I'm thinking, like, what if you're the dude on the other end that like, first off, like, what's Joey Vato? Maybe 1200 rated player, mediocre. You're playing some random asshole that you think is just in his underwear in a basement, and it turns out to be Joey fucking Vato, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, then the greatest chess player of all time
Takes over, unbeknownst to
like,
you.
sacrifices his queen, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna win, and then fucking kicks your ass, and you have no idea any of it happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have no idea that that's what happened.
So is it anonymous when you play against somebody, or
I think you have a.
I mean, you could just play randomly against whomever. Like, but if like one of you wanted to play me, I would know who you were. We could, we'd have
just a user profile,
usernames. Yeah.
So it's likely that the guy that did play against him found out after the fact.
Maybe.
I mean, if it's game,
unless it was just like on chess.com, like you could just play a random rated game and just hinge, pairs you up with someone that's close to your rating.
So the person who got his ass kicked did not come forward. That's what we're saying.
No, he probably has no fucking idea that he got his ass beat by the greatest chess player. It'd be like fucking playing Golden Tee in a bar. You know what I mean? And then Tiger Woods is like,
Tiger Woods comes in with his fucking RoboCop leg.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But you're blindfolded. You have no idea the entire time. I just thought it was a cool story. Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, right. For a chess dork.
Next up.
For a fucking nerd.
We're moving on to Fuck What You Think. This is where we take everything that you know and love and shove it up your ass. First up, we have Mystic with Election Nights.
All right. So I just wanted to voice my frustration. And honestly, sports, the real reason that I liked doing sports is I never had to work election nights, Tuesday nights. And election nights at a local newsroom, everyone should witness it. It's like watching a car crash. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to watch it. But you're like, actually no, it'd be like watching the car crash if you were in the car. Because like you know what I mean? Like, it's coming. You know that shit's gonna fucking derail and blow up and people are gonna yell at each other and shit's gonna get thrown. And you're just along for the ride. Like, you have no control over any of it.
Yep.
You got people telling you to do shit left and right, here and there. They're like, we're going to get it right this year. Been doing it 6 years in a row, haven't seen it right once. You know what I'm saying? Like, at 2 different stations. I don't understand how they mismanage every fucking thing they do.
Yeah, what is the is it just because like there's no solid game plan and information's just coming in from all parts of the state?
No, they have a game plan, but like fucking
nobody
like Tyson said, everybody's got a game plan until you get smacked in the mouth the first time.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. Like something happens. You know what I mean?
Curveball.
It's the fucking and
that's the way it is at work too.
There's never anybody who's just like, all right, I'm in charge. Here's what we're gonna do. No, they're always like, oh, well, what do you think we should do? Oh, what do you think we should? Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
You're the one in charge.
Let's take a vote.
This is not a fucking democracy. We're at a fucking workplace. We need to get this shit done. There's a reason the station is number 4 out of 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your fucking shit together. Not what I signed up.
Come on down here to Tennessee, buddy.
Yeah. Maybe they got shit together.
CBS.
Some bitch.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
All right.
I would love to see it because I see my
sit in the
chaos is
corner,
more of the
watch.
slow drip of the people buying their campaign stuff in a frenzy. Like this last couple weeks has been.
Yeah.
Where I was working.
Yeah, so yours is over like a course of a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, mine
is a course of 4 hours.
Last week, or it wasn't last week, but the week before, it was every day but one. It was a 12+ hour day.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck, man. It is crazy because no one knows what they're doing.
This was only for the mayoral election. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like during the presidential one. I never had to work that fucking shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man.
You should microdose on mushroom.
No, I'm saving vacation days for those. I swear to God. I am taking a vacation day for every fucking election from now on. I'm done.
Yeah. So you'll be paying attention to elections more than you ever have before.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get you to vote.
I don't want to.
So you're gonna have to make sure to pay attention because like those elections,
I'm a felon, Ashtray. I can't vote, homie.
Well, never mind that your vote doesn't count anyways. But
all right.
Yeah, way to reassure. Thanks, democracy, man.
Right.
Well, if you want to vote, listen to this story. I was at work today, and everything was going okay. I flew in yesterday, 12 hours of flying. Guts get a little bubbly or whatever while after I fly. Just I don't know if it's
feel like, fancy.
I don't know if it's like the air, the pressure or whatever, but I was doing okay. Fine day at work. Worked about 7 hours and going to the bathroom, kind of like the last hurrah, take a piss, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta fart. Fucking shit my pants. Fucking sharded.
Oh fuck.
I really just shit my pants right now.
Dude, you always ease it out a little bit just to make sure.
Dude, it wasn't even like that. Like
it didn't feel like it was
it didn't feel like it was that extreme.
And this is on the plane?
No, this was at work. Oh. And thankfully it was at the end of the day and I could just leave, but I'm just like, did I just fucking shit my pants? What the fuck?
Dude.
I had that happen to me once at work where I had to just like I fucking came out of the bathroom.
Shitting your pants a normal thing white people do?
You've never shit your pants, dude?
No.
Like, oh, fuck.
I've never shit my pants. But I have peed in my pants.
Yeah, I've peed in my pants.
Explosive diarrhea or anything, but I've sharted at work, and I had to I just Phil, I'm going. I'll be back. Just fucking sharted, and he just the boss just starts laughing his ass off, and I just beeline it for the door, went back home.
Yeah.
So I can't walk without my boot. So when I have to pee in the middle of the night, I have to put this boot on, right?
Oh,
I woke up the other night and I had to pee so bad, and I'm putting this fucking boot on, and I'm bending over, right? And every time I bend too far, I can feel myself pissing, on my, it's just squirting out a little bit.
You're pressing your bladder,
and I'm like, fuck. So I just went in and took a shower. I just fucking.
Yeah.
Just washed my balls.
Yeah. Just get in the shower and just let it all hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. If I wasn't married, I'd be full Ray. I'd be fucking have piss jugs all over this house.
George just stands out. It's like, it's all pipes.
Right.
What's the matter? It's all
Anyway.
Yep. So watch yourself out there. Next up, we've got Ashtray. Fact check: Wanakee students identified as animals don't get special treatment.
Yeah.
The fuck.
So, anyways, I don't know why this made the news, but apparently
because it's Madison.
Well, it's Vicky McKenna. You've probably heard of her.
I heard the name.
Mystic. She's a conservative radio host, AM radio. And I don't know if it was, basically some baseless rumor was that that in Wanakee, the school district had a policy that if you identified as a furry, you were allowed special treatment, that you didn't have to answer questions in class, and that you could sit at the feet of the teacher and lick your paws.
Oh my God.
And they were allowed to dress in their choice of furry costumes. And
that's the most incredible thing I've ever heard.
Yes, please let this be true.
Barking, hissing, and similar animal noises are commonplace in the hallways of the schools. This is what she's saying on the radio show.
Oh, okay. So this isn't real. Like, she's just saying that this is a
but
thing.
she's saying it.
Okay.
On the radio show, to where people start calling the Wanakee School District, be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because there's these stories that, or they're hyping up all these kind of like identity politics are taking over our schools.
Oh yeah, dude. They fucking the Cedarburg School District banned pronouns in your email signature. Like, we ran a fucking story about it.
Yeah,
because
right.
They're like, what? People are like, what does that even matter? Who gives a fuck what they put as their pronoun? Like,
right.
What do you do?
It's just, it's so stupid. But anyways, yeah. So like, this thing was like, this has to be. We have to make this a news story where it's like, it's the I guess actually it's been shared in Michigan, Nebraska, and a couple other Wisconsin school districts has had the this kind of like furry narrative shared, and then it becomes like a social media, like people start commenting and shit, It's like,
Facebook.
It's like when my mom's shared that dumb like misquote of Gorbachev, and it's just like, we're gonna seep communism into your schools, you slowly, you'll never know it, and all your friends like, this is terrifying. It's just like,
wasn't Gorbachev wasn't even communist, was he?
it was.
Was that Boris
Khrushchev?
Yeltsin?
Khrushchev, I think.
Yeah.
One that you're thinking Boris Yeltsin was not the communist. This misquoted Khrushchev, and anyways, it's just like, really, like, this shit, especially if you hear it on your fucking radio, and like, she may have said, it's like, well, purported, that.
And that's the thing, like, these people have a responsibility. They're they're supposed to be journalists. Like, what happened to integrity? Like, what the
so I'm just gonna opinion show. It's just like Hannity and
they're not journalists. They're all opinionated shows.
Even Rachel Maddow.
But that's the thing. They don't advertise themselves as such, which
right, exactly.
It's confusing for the for people.
But I mean, they all do it. CNN, MSNBC.
People know media literacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I saw a fucking CNBC thing today, and then the headline, or no, it wasn't CNBC. Who was it? CNN. So, and the headline was about that Ketanji Brown woman, right? Or that's like what it was, and they were showing Nancy Pelosi. But the headline that they put on there was Nancy Pelosi stands next to Joe Biden a day before she tests positive for COVID without a mask. You know what I mean? Like, dude, really? This woman was made history by becoming the first black woman to be appointed to the Supreme Court, and we're fucking talking about Nancy Pelosi having COVID next to the president. Are you fucking This is what we're doing now, huh? CNN?
Mm-hmm.
CNN's doing this.
They've been doing it for a while, bro.
I stopped watching a long time ago.
I'm waiting for them to put the ticker back up.
Yeah, it's
there's
running off.
That's the sad paradox is that the more like the news goes for the clickbait, the more we distrust the news, and then the more it's just like, who knows what the fuck's going on?
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to watch a lot of different sources, and you have to kind of be your own aggregator, and hopefully you're not
smart enough to aggregate. A lot of this shit from both sides feels like Saturday morning cartoon fucking plots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I believe we're in a simulation. Moving on.
Yeah. Well, one point on that though is I do think that longer form stuff. I think that's why Rogan is so popular. He's got the viewership of all that because people are realizing that you can't, especially when your show is punctuated by pharmaceutical advertisements like every 10 minutes or whatever. Like you can't really get solid information from that. So I think there's a backlash, and even stuff like this Gimme Metal stuff with Matt Pike that I was talking about, where it's like, we're just gonna sit with this guy for 8 fucking hours. It's
well, those are the best conversations. Those
right,
are the best podcasts.
Exactly.
Where they just talk.
It's the best, and I think it is a bit of a pendulum swing from kind of like this optimism of social media to like realizing that it was like completely empty and soulless, and saying like, hey, we want to leverage this technology and get something out of this, like something real out of this. So yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes.
I mean, yeah.
But hey, what do I know? I shit my pants today, so.
You did shit your pants today.
All right, next up we've got Teddy with MLB, the show season setup.
Okay, so MLB 22, the show came out. We're trying to set up a league. Setting up a league on this game, I've set up.
Play the trailer.
Oh yeah, I don't have a trailer. I was gonna talk about.
No. I'm talking.
I'll fucking get the goddamn trailer.
You don't need the trailer.
I mean, you don't need the
It's a
trailer,
fucking
bro.
Video game. You know what baseball looks like.
I want to see how good the newest one looks. I don't know. I'm thinking from the viewer.
You have 3 screens in front of you. YouTube some shit. Jesus Christ.
I want the viewer
Download
to
the game,
know.
asshole.
I mean, really, it's on Game Pass. Play with us. So anyway, setting up this league is very very annoying for one. You can
awesome.
You can add players, but you can't take out players. If somebody wants to leave and be another team, that's fine. You can do that, but the team they were is replaced by the computer. But you can't get rid of the computer team if you want to. It's just they don't explain anything. It's really weird, and it's very very frustrating. We set up like 3 or 4 leagues, so that's like last night trying to get this shit right. And I got like 4 people at a party waiting, like, we're gonna play baseball. So I just think it's all fucked up.
Does it take forever to actually get a game going?
It does not actually. One night it did because I think the servers were down. But the first night we played, it was kind of shitty. We couldn't finish the game. But yeah, me and Mr. played 2v2. We got our asses kicked.
Yep.
The game
against some randos or what?
Yeah. Yeah, we can't. That's another thing. I want to be able to play 2v2 or 3v3 with friends. 3 friends versus 3 friends. But you can't do that. And I'm like, why would you put this?
Fucking hogwash.
Why can't?
I don't. I'm like, why would you put this?
Because you have to join up and then randomly search. Like they have no option to start your own lobby.
There's no private.
And invite your friends.
There's no private game.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's something that better be addressed.
No, hopefully
it better be.
We better
for the free game they
full
gave
zip code.
Right. For the game I didn't.
Man, they've been advertising the shit out of this game.
Functionally great.
It's really funny to see PlayStation.
I haven't seen any ads for
it, and then it's on an Xbox.
Right.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
They must have made a lot of money with it because like everywhere in the airport, everywhere, fucking MLB the show. 20.
Well, the reason.
Well, the reason though is because baseball at this time of year dominates.
Yeah.
Opening day was today,
wasn't
June
19th.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
so June 19th, there is no more basketball, and that's the only sport.
Yeah, my boss got this like open. I think it was opening day because my boss took lunch out and he got this like fucking baseball like Cracker Jack pack and stuff. It was like a opening day gift they gave to all their
5-4 to the Cubs.
Yep.
At Wrigley. Or as one of our reporters called it, Wrigley.
Wrigley Field.
Awesome.
All right.
That's about it.
That's it. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself. Wrigley Field. That's our show.
Wrigley Field.
We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport. You can't twiddle us because fucking Teddy never set up the Twitter.
Yep.
Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down
It's
for
my
whatever.
fault after the white dude got banned. Cool. Yeah, I got it. That's fine.
I'm Oracle.
Pick your fights, motherfucker.
This is
I'm Mystic.
Ashtray.
I'm Mystic.
He's Mystic and I'm Teddy.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
Jesus.
You know, we do have a
Nifty.
Twitter account that we set up like 12 years ago that we can't access anymore.
Is there any sort of reset?
Cool. All right.
You can't
I'm gonna hop
access
this.
it?
I'm gonna hop this party. These fellas get this
I
baseball
don't
game.
know, dude. I have no
All
idea.
right. See ya.
Wait.
All right. Good night, you bastards.